MMA has received some criticism in the past. The reason MMA has received such treatment is understandable. However, they have created rules to accommodate such issues. Times have changed, and MMA has established itself as a competitive, lucrative, and well-respected sport. The Ultimate Fighting Championship has contributed a lot to the success of the sport of MMA. Under their new management, they were able to accomplish things that were not thought possible. One important accomplishment was getting involved on repealing the ban on MMA around the country. The UFC in their earlier days allowed illegal strikes. Their events would allow strikes that could be dangerous to their opponent. Such strikes include groin shots, head stomps, eye gouging, and even hair pulling. Although these strikes have been made illegal a long time ago, it is still interesting to see how the sport became popular in the United States. Although these events generated a large revenue, many politicians were not happy with the lack of regulation. As a result of MMA's lack of regulation, politicians became involved with banning the sport. One particular politician is Senator John McCain from Arizona. According to John Perry, he put forth a lot of effort to help ban the sport. He even had an impromptu debate with former UFC owner Gerard Barowitz. Although he formerly had a bad perception of MMA, he has developed a better understanding in recent years. According to John McCain, MMA is something the American people like to view, and they are complying with what politicians approve of. The reason why UFC was able to stay afloat was Dana White and the assistance from Zuffa LLC. The corporation put up the money and allowed Dana to accomplish what he needed to regain the credibility of MMA. If it not were for the combined efforts of Zuffa and President Dana White, the UFC would not be where it is today. Not only would the UFC struggle, the entire sport would as well. At this point, most state banishment laws have been repealed. According to the unified rules for mixed martial arts, its provisions called for the creation of fouls, warnings, and mouthpiece and glove requirements. MMA has come a long way and is still continuing to expand in terms of fan base and the acquisition of new talent. The UFC was able to establish a much larger fan base and acquire new talent simultaneously. What made this possible was The Ultimate Fighter. No one has ever done a show such as The Ultimate Fighter, and it will continue to generate large crowds and incorporate new talent every season. MMA has cleaned up their act, and the competitors have showcased not only athleticism, but also good showmanship. MMA is still illegal in some states, despite the changes in legislation and the incorporation of the unified rules for mixed martial arts. One particular state is New York. What we can do as fans is write letters to our senators, donate, or sign petitions for legalization of MMA in New York and other states as well. Mixed martial arts is a relatively new sport, and the help from the large fan base and competitors is helping the sport establish credibility. MMA is talented new athletes who train very hard for the sport they love. For more information, please visit www.ufc.com.